Hey. Okay, let's try and do something here. We'll put you right there. Hello, good morning, or good evening, whenever you are watching this. I hope you're doing well. My name is Catherine, and today we are going over my March TBR. I love just making like a surprise appearance on this channel every once in a while, being like, hey guys, do you remember me? I sometimes do things. Anyway, it is March, which means two things. It's my birthday, and also I'm doing Monster March Madness again. What is Monster March Madness? So last year I made like a little challenge that is March Madness style, so kind of like a bracket competition for monster romances. So I have 8 prompts, and each prompt corresponds to a different monster. I'm gonna read 8 monster romance books and then pit them against each other and see who comes out victorious. Also, for March Monster Madness, Monster March Madness, sure, whatever I decided to call it, Elizabeth is joining me in hosting, so be sure to like head over to her channel and her Instagram. I have a feeling she'll be doing some sprints, I'll be doing some sprints. It'll be a sprintingly good time. So that is one of the things that I'm going to be talking about today. I also do have some other books that I am wanting to get through, ones that I'm very excited about, some upcoming releases, some books that have been on like my TBR for a little bit, and I'm like, I'm trying y'all to get through this thing, but there's a lot of books there. So I'm going to be talking about some of like my hopefuls, the books that I'm hoping to get to. I'm making no promises because, like, let's be real, who knows what happens as a mood reader. It just like is what it is in the end, and that's all we can really do, is just kind of go through. I'm rambling. Let's talk about the books I'm reading. I, of course, have to start out with the books that I am reading for Monster March Madness. Here are all the prompts. Maybe editing Catherine won't forget to put in the graphic right next to me of all of the different prompts that I'm going to be following. Let's go through them and talk about the books that I'm thinking I'm going to read. There's there's a couple that I have like options where I'm like, okay, I'm either going to read this or I'm going to read this. We'll see what happens. First prompt is Out of This World, alien romance. We're reading an alien romance. I am on like my alien romance era right now. Like it's where we are. Back last year in about 3 months, I read 35, almost 40 of Ruby Dixon's books. Ruby Dixon, if you don't know, wrote Ice Planet Barbarians, and she has like a whole wide universe that all like takes place in the same world as Ice Planet Barbarians. There's like 19 books in the Ice Planet Barbarian series. In addition to that, there are a couple other series. You go off planet, you go and hang out with some space pirates. It's a great time. I took a little break in February from the Ruby Dixon train, and now I am hopping right back on because we are starting out with Lauren's Barbarian. This is the first book in the Ice Home series, and it is in fact, let me make sure I have the right number, book number 46 in the Rubyverse, where we last left our aliens on Not Hoth. I'm gonna be so real, no clue, there's not a chance I remember any singular detail about what was happening. It says, a lush tropical island on an icy planet makes no sense. Then again, not much makes sense anymore after waking up and finding myself not in bed, but on a strange world populated by aliens. Since that moment, I've learned that nothing is normal anymore, and I've got to roll with the punches. I can handle this, though. I'm strong and capable. So washed up on a tropical island, got it handled. Separated from the others in my group, handled. Stranded alone with a brutal but delicious alien man who can't speak English but has great body language. Yep, handled. These two got separated from the rest of the group. They're stranded together. Should be a great time. Looking forward to it. Prompt number 2 is Green with Lust. Get Tusky with an Orc. This is one where I have kind of 2 options. The first option I was looking at is Forged by Magic. This is by Jenna Wolfhart. It involves, she is half orc, which I think is fun having a like monster that's the like woman in the book, because I feel like it's normally the man. This says, trapped in a tower by the Emperor, conquered your homeland, Dahlia yearns for an escape. But as one of the few half-orcs left in the world, she knows she'll never be free, much less find her own happily ever after. Destiny takes an unexpected turn when the Emperor offers her a deal. To earn her freedom, she must journey to the mysterious Isles of Fable and track down the wielders of outlawed dragon magic. Wielders. Eager to seize her chance, Dahlia agrees. So she gets like swept away, stranded on another island. Islands are the theme right now. And ends up meeting this gruff elven blacksmith. Delicious. Love. The other option, I also do need to read Halfling by Essie Wendell. I've had this for, well, since last year, and I haven't read it yet, and I really want to. It is about an orc and a halfling. She's cute, right? He is also a half orc, half human, and son of a deposed orc chief and human captive. Oh, yikes. He must try twice as hard to prove himself a worthy male, a strong hunter, a potential mate. And then Sorcha has spent her life helping raise her many siblings, but now finally has the chance to seek her own adventures. At least she did before she snatched from her horse and peddled by slavers. Yikes. Anyway, it looks like he saves her, but then they are like stranded in the forest together. Fun. Sounds like a great time. Okay, number 3 is Let's Get Stoned. And this, of course, is for all my gargoyle lovers. I had to, of course, include gargoyles in here. They are always here to stay. Gargoyles will always be in. This one, I am for sure reading Getting It On with the Gargoyles by Hazel Mack. This book was gifted to me by Elizabeth. Thanks, girl. And I'm so excited. It involves a small town of Ever, Massachusetts, which is idyllic and quaint and also chocked full of monsters. So it's very small town type vibes here. Elizabeth has been pushing me to read this, so like, I got you. It's happening. I promise. I swear. Number 4 is Bleeding Me Dry Like a Goddamn Vampire. Gotta fit in those Olivia Rodrigo lyrics. Included vampires is like a entry point for people who like maybe don't have as much experience with monster romances. This is another one that I have kind of 2 options. The first one is Blood Orange by Karina Hawley. This is a dark and delicious Dracula retelling filled with secrets and lies, dangers, liaisons, and forbidden student-teacher second chance love story with a twist. Sounds fun, sounds dark, sounds super spicy. Vampires need to make a comeback, and I'm here for this. The other option that I was looking at was House of Crimson Hearts by Ruby Rowe. This is a sapphic vampire romance, and it involves a vampire corrupting a vampire hunter. Love that dynamic. Again, it sounds like a fun, spicy, steamy time. I'll choose which one I end up going with. Probably whichever one I can like get on audio. Next is There'll Be Hell to Pay, and that is a demon romance. For this one, I am actually using our Classic Literature Book Club pick. If you don't know, Classic Literature Book Club is a book club that I am in with the Rumi's Digest, Lala Loves Lit, Jayla, and Amanda from Ginger Snap Reads. We read kind of like bonkers, sometimes like dark romances, just whatever feels like a vibe, honestly. This month is my pick, and so of course I had to choose like a little bit of like a monster-y type book. I went with Kiss of Seduction by Ronnie Saber, which is about a succubus. This is another sapphic one. It is about a succubus and a human who is like trapped in the vampire court, and I think she like rescues her, but like there's always some like twisty turny stuff happening. So I'm excited to read it. It looks so good. I'm obsessed with the cover. It'll be fun. We'll have a good time with this one. Then we have Lions and Tigers and Bears. Oh my. For this one, we're doing shifter romances. I'm going to be reading Polar Expedition by Zoe Shire. I read her novella that's like part of this series back in like Christmas time around the holiday season, and I really liked it. I think it's really unique. It's written almost like a case study. It has like footnotes, and I just really like uniquely formatted books. I think that's really fun. And this involves she's like a scientist type deal and a polar bear shifter, and they're like looking into magic and stuff. I don't know, it seems fun, seems like cozy but spicy, which is honestly my perfect vibe. Number 7 is I See What You Did There, and this is for any creature that prefers water over dry land. This one I am reading a sequel. I am reading Song of the Abyss by Emma Hamm. I just read Whispers of the Deep literally like 2 days ago, and I like kind of went feral for this book. It is so good. It's slow burn and like has really unique world building, and I just love the characters, and it involves mermen, which is like so hot, and I love it. This is book 2, which follows one of the brothers of our main male character from book 1 and the like general's daughter of the human encampment. Basically in this world, hundreds of years ago, the earth became unusable, and humans all made these like camps underwater, which sounds sketchy, but like, okay, sure. But of course, the creatures of the waters, like, you're messing with our environment, and they don't know how to communicate. So there's like kind of a war between them. And the way to find common ground is, of course, through love. I had so much fun with the first book, and I'm so excited to read book 2. Finally, last book for Monster March Madness. Not your average monster. Read something different, a monster that we haven't talked about yet, whatever that might be. And I'm reading book 3 of the Duskwalker Bride series. Okay, here's the thing. I am already 80 pages in, and I just kept on getting distracted. It wasn't that I wasn't liking it. I just like, I wander. I'm a mood reader. It is what it is. So I am going to finish this one this month and then move on to book 4, which I've heard is the best. It's one that Christine keeps on hyping up, so I'm really excited to read it. The Duskwalker Bride series involves like these like demon like creatures. They're like half demon, half something else. It's really good. I love the series. I love the world building, and I have a really great time with it. So I'm excited to continue on with this. So that is all of the books for Monster March Madness. I already talked about the book that I am reading for Classic Cliterature Book Club, which is Kiss of Seduction. That's going to be a great time. I do have some other books that I just like real quickly, ones that are like hopefuls. I'm not going to guarantee anything because that's just who I am as a person. For the book club at work, this is actually the only one that I will guarantee to read because I have to, because it's my job. I think They Love You by Julian Winters. It's a like second chance fake dating type situation. I'm really excited about it. It sounds really good. I haven't read any of Julian Winters' YA books. This is his adult romance debut, but like I've heard really good things about it. It looks really fun. I love a good fake dating. Oh, so good. 2 of my favorite tropes, second chance and fake dating. Another book that I was recently gifted from Avon, shout out to y'all, love, is The Duke Gets Desperate by Diana Quincy. I didn't read too much historical last year. I don't know what it was. I just wasn't really picking up historical as much. So I'm getting like back into my historical vibes with a mass market historical. Like, look how cute and tiny it is. Okay, so like Antony Carey, Duke of Strickland, inherits his spendthrift father's title and can finally restore the family castle to its former glory. And then he finds out that he actually left it to his stepmother, yikes, who's an American rough. She dies unexpectedly, and it is left to her cousin. And so she's like supposed to go to inherit this castle. But of course, Antony is like, no, this is supposed to be mine. And chaos ensues. And of course, they're like super into each other. This sounds great, sounds fun, can't wait to read it. I also am in a desperate attempt to try and get through my TBR. I have like my 25 and 25. Babel is one of those 25 and 25. I really want to like sit and annotate this one as well. I'm so excited. I'm ready for some like dark academia vibes. I don't know. I feel like this isn't really the season for that, but like here we are. It is. I've just heard such great things. I've started to read it actually a couple times. And again, it's not that I wasn't liking it. I just get so easily distracted. So it's happening. I'm actually like making it past page like 50 this time. I promise. I swear it's gonna happen. Speaking of books that I've been meaning to read. Okay, so my favorite book of 2020 was Legendborn. However, I never actually read Bloodmarked because I like was waiting for them to announce when book 3 was coming out, and now it's finally coming out like literally in like 3 days or something like that. So it's time. I'm reading it. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for book 3. I know book 4 is going to be probably another 2 years out, but like whatever, I'll wait. It'll be easier to wait for like one book than to wait for 2 books. Legendborn is an Arthurian, not retelling, but like continuation. It's based in Arthurian legend. It involves Bree, who goes to this like college, and there's like a little bit of a secret society type vibe going on, and there's some just incredible magic systems. These are definitely happening, and then probably Oathbound. Hopefully, maybe. These 2 are for sure happening. We'll see if Oathbound happens this month or next month. Okay, last couple of books on my list. I have a couple arcs that are coming out in May that are high up on my list. I am trying to get ahead of the curve on my arcs because I'm like so grateful that I get these, because I am genuinely so excited for these books. First, of course, is Along Came Amor. This is the 3rd book from Alexis Daria in, I believe, the Primus of Power series is the name of the series. This is book 3 in the series, though. You Had Me at Ola was like a book that I liked but didn't love. A lot like Adios was one of my favorite books of the year when it came out back in, what was that, 2021? I loved it. It was so good. So, of course, when I finally got my hands on this one, so excited to read it. We've been just waiting for this for so long. It is a steamy love story of a divorced school teacher who discovers that her perfect no-strings fling is anything but. I love that. I love when they're like, oh yeah, totally no strings attached. Like, you can't fall in love with me. And then, of course, what do? They fall in love. Absolutely. Another book that I'm so excited for that comes out in May is Kiss Me Maybe by Gabrielle Gamez. This is the sequel to Next Best Fling, which I absolutely love. This is going to be a book club pick for my book club that I run at work. It's about a librarian and a bartender, and it looks so cute, and I'm so excited to read it. Thank you so much to Forever for sending this my way. I cannot wait. Okay, the last book that's like in my goals is The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. I got sent this by Orbit, and I am so excited to read it. I haven't read One Dark Window. I know, don't hate me, but this sounds like such my vibe. It's a like gothic, dark romantasy. I love a good night situation. It's a gothic miscloaked tale of a young prophetess who is forced on an impossible quest with one devilishly handsome knight whose future is beyond her sight. Perfect for fans of JLA and Leigh Bardugo, which we all know, Leigh Bardugo, that's my girl. So anything that is even remotely come to Leigh Bardugo, I'm there, I'm ready, I'm having a great time. Okay, those are all of the books that I'm planning to read in March. Please let me know what you're planning to read. If you are joining me in Monster March Madness, be sure to subscribe and turn on the bell icon so that you get notified when I post and when I go live for reading sprints. Of course, if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day and happy March. Until next time, bye.